So here we are again, and this assignment here, if you look at it, requires you to draw multiple drawings. 48 minutes on your preliminary drawings in SketchUp, and you're going to do all four of the images or aspects of the images and put them into that architectural space. You're learning how to do all this stuff. Then your final drawing will be of the elements again, each element by itself. You're going to interpret that however you interpret that as an architectural element. It's a giant tomato or a relief of tomatoes or whatever it is. And you're going to be very creative with that. Okay? And I will show you how to do it. So let's get ourselves started with this. And I want you to read about the history of the food you eat, because the food we eat comes from the Americas. Okay, let's make this even bigger. Make it 300% here. Okay, here is North America, right? I'll move this over here like that. This is North America. We live here in Southern California. Okay, this is Mexico area. This is where Mexico is right now. This is considered Central America over here, below the Yucatan Peninsula. Over here where my thing is, my cursor is, and then here, this is considered to be the Andes region of South America. This is South America, and this is where this is like Ecuador up here, and down here is Peru. This whole region was considered part of the Inca Empire over 500 years ago when the Spaniards made it there and eventually conquered that region. This is the Amazon rainforest area, or right around here. This is around the Amazon River Basin, and this is also part of South America. Now, it's all rainforest in here as well. It's forested, and this is actually where peanuts came from. So, a lot of foods originated in these regions, and tomatoes. And if we come over here and bring this down, let's get this down to 75%. Let's come on down. That's a little small there. 150%. Okay, tomatoes. Tomatoes are native to South America, and you can still find them growing in the mountains here. And they were originally thought to be, they're small and yellow. They were brought to Mexico. The seeds made their way up from over here up to Mexico, and they went and all through the United States. Okay, the Cherokee Indians of the United States grew tomatoes. There's a tomato nowadays called Cherokee Reds because there are red tomatoes, and they were grown by the Cherokees. So now here we have this is in the Andes, in the mountains, in the valleys of Peru, that area in Ecuador. The Inca actually created terraced farms in valleys and hillsides, and this way they could irrigate large areas. They had little canals that went everywhere, and they could irrigate and grow lots of food. And so they always were trying to make sure they had plenty of food for all their people. And this is called terrace farming. It's awesome. Now, you are going to be drawing Meyer lemons. This is from my tree. I took this photograph. I have a Meyer lemon tree. This is kale. This is growing next to my garden. I actually have another kale plant. This is I guess curly or frilly kale. Cabbage and broccoli and all those other foods that you eat actually come from kale originally. Roma tomatoes. These came from the Inca. They initially cultivated tomatoes, and then everybody else started growing them and hybridizing them and making tomatoes into what they are today. And then we have beans. Beans came from the Americas as well. Corn as well. They believe that corn was initially domesticated by the the people who lived in what is now Mexico, they domesticated it, and then corn made its way down to South America, where the Incas grew their own and hybridized it. Also, squash came from South America, and beans, corn, and squash are considered a complete food group because you get protein from beans, you get from the corn, you get starch or carbohydrate, and from the squash, you get your vegetable, and also the seeds of the squash, depending on the kind of squash you have, will have protein value. And also, squash seeds are anti-parasitic. So if you eat squash seeds, at least I guess raw ones or maybe slightly cooked ones, they would kill the bad things that may be in your body. Okay, so we're going to go and draw this. We're going to make some sketches using Google SketchUp as our first portion of this assignment. Using these tools, I can move things back and forth and do it again. Come up here, bring that down. I'm at, oh, look at that, 3.91 meters by 3.18. Let's go with that. Let's just make this big because we've got a lot of objects to deal with. Now, we have this figure back here. I want to get rid of her. I'm going to get my eraser tool, click on her, she's gone. Take my orbit tool, bring it back, okay, and get my workspace oriented the way I would like it to be. Now you will see this is a flat plane here, okay, which is fine. Now, look at it. Okay. I like my squash and my corn and my beans here, my bean plants. I'm going to start out with I'm going to be drawing with my pencil tool here. And I'm going to draw what looks like corn. Or I'm going to do like bean leaves here. Right? I'm going to draw some bean leaves. And I want to make my endpoint there. Right? And I'm doing my bean leaves here. And you can... we got here in our corn, and this abstraction of corn. pretty cool. And I would say I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to save this project now. Go to SketchUp. And I'm going to call it corn beans and squash. And I'm going to call it -1. Okay, that's my first drawing. Save here. Okay, so I've saved that. Now, what I can also do is play around with my push-pull tool, right? This is missing. This disappeared. We don't have anything that just disappeared from our whole composition, but that's okay. And I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Shift-Command-4. There you go. And I've got a screenshot of that, and I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to actually take my orbit tool and get a three-dimensional kind of version of this. And when I'm looking at that, I say, hey, I really would like to see this pop out some more, these aspects of it. Get my orbit tool, come in over here, and zoom in, and really pull this out. I'd like to pull that out some more. And maybe this comes out a little more. That comes in a little bit. Okay. And of course, there's a lot more stuff, a lot more colors you could put on here and stuff like that. But for now, I would say we're good with this. Orbit this around. I can move it like that. I can take my feet tool and I can move it where I want it. Move it around. There you go. Go like that. Okay. I can move it around a little bit more. Bring it like that. And as I look at this, I really would like for this to recede